Hello there, little fairy tale friends, and a warm welcome to another bedtime story here on SoundTales. My name is Fina, and now it's time for us to settle in together. We'll start by taking a couple of deep breaths in through your nose as if you're smelling a lovely flower. Hold your breath for a moment, and then breathe out through your mouth as if you're blowing away a cloud in the sky. And before we begin, place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, soft and gentle. Very good. Now here we go, in through the nose. Hold. And out. Sink deep into the mattress. Very good. Again, in. Hold. And out, and sink even deeper. Good. Now I want you to tense up your whole body, your toes, your feet, your legs, your knees, your thighs, your butt, your stomach, your shoulders, and your hands and your arms, and scrunch your face. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Oh, very good. You're practically melting into that mattress now. Very good. Now, let's whisper some words to ourselves. You can say them out loud or just think them quietly inside. I listen with my heart. I see beauty in simplicity. I am allowed to be exactly as I am. Very good. And now it's time to listen to a bedtime story, a tale about an emperor's kingdom filled with glitter and gold, but where the most beautiful sound of all came from a small gray bird. This is Hans Christian Andersen's story of The Nightingale. Once upon a time, there was an emperor who lived in a palace so grand and splendid it was almost hard to believe it was real. The walls were made of porcelain, the gardens sparkled with flowers of gold and silver, and every day an orchestra played just for him. Everything was arranged, everything was perfect, but there was something he didn't know. In a forest far away from the palace walls lived a small gray bird who sang so beautifully that people would stop mid-step just to listen. It was a nightingale. With a voice so clear and warm, it made leaves tremble and brought tears to eyes that had forgotten how to cry. One day, the emperor received a gift from a foreign land. It was a book, wrapped in silk. On the last page it said, "But the most wonderful thing in the emperor's kingdom is the song of the gray little bird called the nightingale." The emperor's eyes widened.
Nightingale? What is that? I've never heard of such a thing. It must come and sing for me at once,
he said. He ordered his court to find the bird, but no one knew where it was. Not the gardener, not the chef, not anyone. But finally, a small kitchen maid said,
"I hear it sometimes when I fetch water. It's far off, where the forest begins."
Everyone followed her, and there, in the shade of the forest, sat the nightingale on a branch, gray and small. Not impressive at all, thought the courtiers.
"You're the one who sings so beautifully?"
one of them asked. The nightingale nodded shyly.
Oh, okay. Well, the emperor wishes to hear you. Come with us, please,
the courtier said. And so they brought her to the palace. In a hall with 1,000 candles, with the emperor seated on a throne of pearl, the nightingale opened her beak and began to sing. Everyone fell silent. Time stood still. And as she sang, the emperor felt something he hadn't felt in a very long time. Tears began to roll down his cheeks. "Thank you. Thank you," he whispered. From that day on, the nightingale lived at the palace. She had her own golden cage with silk cushions and velvet ribbons. Every night, she sang for the emperor and his court. But something began to change. Her song grew softer. It lost its sparkle. She missed the forest, the wind through the branches, the freedom to fly wherever she pleased. Yes, she had a golden cage, but it was still a cage. She looked out between the golden bars and longed to leave. The emperor didn't notice. He was used to getting everything he wanted. Then, one day, he received another gift. Inside the box was a mechanical bird, covered in jewels and gold. When you turned a key, it sang. Not like the nightingale, but neat, perfect, and the same every single time.
Oh, so beautiful, and it never gets tired. It can sing over and over and over again,
said the courtiers. The emperor listened to the mechanical bird. It sparkled in the candlelight. It sang whenever he wanted. And so, one night, someone had left the door to the nightingale's cage open. And as no one watched, the real nightingale flew away, out through an open window and back to the forest. No one noticed until the next day.
Let her fly,
said the emperor with a wave of his hand.
We have this now.
But over time, the mechanical bird began to break. Its feathers stiffened, its voice stuttered, and eventually it couldn't sing at all. And the emperor fell ill, so ill that no one thought he would live until morning. He laid in his grand bed, alone and quiet. Everyone had left the room. It was night, and all was dark. He stared up at the ceiling and felt the heaviness in his heart. No song, no one who cared. But then, he heard something. A clear, warm voice outside the window. It was the nightingale. She flew in and landed on the edge of his bed. And then she began to sing, soft and warm, like a hug made of sound. Her song flowed through the room, filling every corner with stillness and comfort. The emperor's breathing slowed. Colors returned to his cheeks. He closed his eyes and listened. And when he opened them again, she was still there, small and gray. Why did you come back? I caged you. I forgot about you, he whispered. You needed me, and song shouldn't be locked away. It's meant to be shared, freely, said the nightingale gently. The emperor nodded slowly. He finally understood now. May I ask you something? He said softly. What is it? Asked the nightingale. That you come back from time to time, not to live here, but to sing. When you want to, when you feel like it. The nightingale looked at him with bright, clear eyes. That I can promise you, she said. And then she flew out the window, free as the wind. The emperor recovered, but something inside him had changed. He set aside the mechanical bird and opened all the windows wide. And sometimes, when the night was quiet, the nightingale would return to sing for him, not because she had to, but because she wanted to. And finally, that's what the emperor realized, that was the most beautiful thing of all. The end. And so ends the tale of the Nightingale. A story about something you can't build with gears or copy with keys. Because even though a machine might play a song, there is something special about what comes from a beating heart, a voice that breathes, a song that carries feeling. The Nightingale's song wasn't always perfect or the same, but it was alive, and that was what made it the most beautiful of all. Maybe there is something in that we can take with us, that the things we feel the most are often the ones made by someone living, someone who can miss, long, hope and love, someone who can choose to stay or fly free. Thank you for listening to my bedtime story today. And remember, you are perfect just as you are. You are so loved, and you are always welcome here. So, I'll see you soon again, right here on SoundTales. Sleep tight.